Okay, it gets better. With one soldier even seen saluting as his friend had sex with her, it is believed.
Like I said,
Good on you, boys.
polite train that's ever been
This is
run.
the most normal thing in the world, man. Like,
In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
In addition to the whiskey, we're going to need water to stay hydrated in this bitch.
Well, so there's ice in it.
So did you guys see
I don't have ice in mine anymore.
Did you guys see
That's already gone.
Yeah.
POTUS fell off his
dude, this is
bicycle?
It's another example of us just making fun of an old man.
I know.
He
I cycle pretty regularly.
His foot got caught.
You know
But
what they
he had
say?
those cages on his pedals
Jazz,
that
you-
I haven't seen on a bike
Do you know what they
outside
say?
of like the 70s.
Do you know what they say about being the president? It's as easy as riding a bike.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm not going to shit talk an old man that fell off his bike.
So he
I
fell- so-
refuse to shit talk this.
So he pulled up, right? He got one foot down and then he fell over to the
other
side where he
side.
couldn't get his foot down.
Yeah.
So anytime there's an accident or an injury or anything that happens with the president, they always have to look into like what could have caused it and da-da-da-da. And it turns out on the bike, it was actually the tires.
You know
So
what?
what we have to blame on this is actually inflation.
Nice.
You know what?
Done.
I knew he was going somewhere with this. I was just like, oh God, what is it?
done. Yep.
You don't want to shit talk an old man. So I'm going to shit talk the Secret Service.
You should have caught him.
Why the fuck are you letting the old man ride a bike?
Yeah.
He can't do anything else. You change his diapers, and then you got to let him ride a bike.
You
Come on.
can't. This motherfucker can't formulate sentences, and you fuckers are out there letting him have a morning stroll in the middle of Delaware. Like, fucks up.
So on that note, welcome to the fucking Freedom Friends.
Yeah, right.
The good thing that came out of that is there's news channels that normally wouldn't say 2 fucking words are now like, wait,
Maybe.
our president's really old and like we should probably pay attention to that now.
Well, you know what? Credit to him, dude. At least he didn't break a hip.
You know what? And his legs looked good.
You know, at his age,
They didn't
a
even
broken
look
hip
like-
is like 50-50.
They
You
didn't
could
even
die.
look like old
Yeah,
man
like-
legs. Like,
Yeah, that's because according to my Uber driver, that's
blood
not
of
really
virgins.
him. It's not really him.
Yeah.
He's a clone.
It's the, or it's those, or the blood marinating or whatever the fuck that
You know
the
that
super wealthy are supposed to be
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
that video, like a lot of people got mad at us because we were like joking around about what that dude was saying. And they're like, it's actually true.
I
and
know, dude.
everybody's gonna
Dude,
be.
the comments on TikTok
Oh
of
my
like,
God.
I can't
he's
wait
got a
to
point.
drop the
Yeah, I was
entire
like,
thing, dude.
oh.
Did you watch the rest of it?
I have not watched all the way through it now.
How much of it have you watched?
A little bit more than what I put in that clip. But just that alone, I'm just like, fuck.
You're like, you put it on a TikTok and just the TikTok community was like, I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know, right?
The amount of
he is.
comments
No,
that said
he's
that.
100% wrong.
He's definitely wrong.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, go prove him wrong. I'm like, prove him right. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah. The burden of proof is not on me, motherfucker. It's on the weird accusation over there.
Fucking terrifying.
Like, God damn. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, this is the Freedom Friends podcast.
what is?
Yeah.
Normally we'd be more upbeat, but fuck me, it is hot. And it's
Yeah.
even more hot like in here.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm this close to John.
That's what it is. It's John's fault.
It's true.
Sexy
sorry.
prick. Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that fucking sweet 15% off. And of course, our friends, ohwellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Get yourself a quarter off your order over there. And our buddies, Icy Tech Cooler, which I utilized this past weekend. So thank you, boys. Use that code FreedomFriends10. Get yourself 10% off over there with the coolers and such. I made jungle juice in one.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's the best thing you can do with a cooler.
Right, dude? It was brand new. Like, it's
Yeah.
fucking completely fresh. So I was like, fuck it, dude. So frozen fruit and booze. In you go.
I like it.
Throw some juice in
I
there.
like it.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
that's
nice.
awesome.
Then you just buy a cooler or buy a pitcher and just do
Yeah.
the dip. Yeah.
So yeah.
And you get a little snack afterwards.
Yeah, it's
It was good. Yeah. So Icy Tech coming through though. Quality cooler. Plus, so I kind of forgot to clean it out for a day
So now
while it
it's
sat in
seasoned.
the back of my truck.
As you do.
But I threw a little Dawn dishwashing in there and fucking
to
hosed it
go.
out, and it's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So like, it didn't even stink, which what blew my mind. I was
Yeah.
like, there's something to these icy techs. I was like, these motherfuckers ain't lying, man. They're pretty good. So it was funny. I recorded it, doing it for Patrick and those guys over at Icy Tech. I recorded making the video of me doing the jungle juice, right? And I'm going to cut it together and give it to him. And beforehand, though, I called him when I was on my way. I was going to a child's birthday party. That's why I made this, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was my child's birthday party, so it's definitely okay. I called him and I was like, hey, man, do you mind if I do this? Like, I don't know if you guys want to. And he's like, dude, it's encouraged. I was like, you're a good fucking guy, Pat. Patrick Mudd, CEO of Icy Tech, is a good fucking dude. I'll say it publicly. So, and he looks like you, which is weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
His name is Patrick Mudd?
Mudge.
Oh.
He looks like John. It's fucking weird. Like same shaped head.
Well,
fucking same beard.
I have a very uniquely shaped head.
You do. Like you and Patrick look fucking similar. Like definitely could be brothers.
Yeah.
Could
So they're
definitely be brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
just hairy thumbs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Basically. One of these days I'm going to get him on the show and it's going to be fucking, everybody's going to be like, what the fuck? Like, it's kind of awkward.
We'll put him in John's seat and then John in the guest seat and see who notices.
Right. You know what we'll do? Remember that time we all just switched and didn't tell anybody? We all just switched clothes.
And
Oh, in the
nobody-
middle of
In
the
the
show.
middle of the show, and it was like,
Ah,
cut,
yeah.
and then it went back, and nobody ever noticed
We
it.
had like a power outage. We had to
Yeah.
restart. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it. Everybody switch.
I had Jazz's
right turn,
t-shirt
that's-
on.
And nobody's commenting.
That's because everybody was too busy beating off.
Right. Fucking like we'll do that. Like we'll just cut it in the middle and then just switch you two like randomly and see if anybody notices.
I'm here for this. That's amazing.
There's gonna be like the hardcore fans going like, wait, what the fuck? They're gonna be going back trying to find it because nobody ever commented on that.
No, not a single person.
I was upset. I was
And
like,
it's funny,
that
like
was
not
funny.
even like the people that
I'll give you all a hint though. We still had the original bar.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
had like
Yeah.
where we sat
So,
on each side of it.
Yeah. So
I think it was somewhere 50 and below. I can't remember exactly which one, but I think it was 50 and
it was
below.
way back when we used to be heavy drinkers.
Oh yeah, we'd be fucking shellacked on a show.
Yeah,
Well, we
that
were doing
was-
3 pieces of content, so we'd be sitting there drinking solid for like 4 hours,
Yeah.
and like.
But we were smart about it. We waited until we were at peak drunk to then go live where we couldn't cut anything out.
That's what you call strategery.
Yeah. Yeah. That's authentic. That's authenticity at its finest
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, we drank a lot back then. Well, I mean, on the show.
So last week we didn't have Jazz and we didn't have Scott.
Yeah.
You were off gallivanting to the grandkids.
yeah.
How'd that go?
Good. On the drive, I put in old Tim Kennedy's book, and I tell you what, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Big fan.
Good.
Um,
He had a book signing today with my former employer. I didn't feel like fucking supporting.
he's at 5'11" too, I think.
Yeah.
Later on, and but
It's funny.
It was a good book. He was a shit show.
What's interesting is
A Superman shit show.
individuals I know who I've blatantly heard them just fucking trash that guy.
We're at the signing.
Oh, we're putting the signing on. and I'm just like, a part of me wants to tell Tim just so Tim can like
He
beat the
knows.
shit out of him.
He knows. He's smart.
Yeah. So good book though, huh? Good reading?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
Nice.
he's very honest in the book, and yeah.
Did he talk about a dickhead director that told him to get the fuck off his set ever in the book?
No,
That'd be cool.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
I heard that's not what that director said. What that director said was that he didn't actually need him to accomplish the goal.
Yeah. Or his SAG card drama.
Whatever.
No, he grew up in the whole fighting scene, and so a lot of the book was around the fighting stuff. But
Around UFC or what?
yeah. But
He was a hell of a fighter, man. I wish
he was training with Chuck Liddell.
Yep.
When he was like 16 and 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been around that caliber person for that long.
I've got a customer that apparently was in like the UFC farm circuit, which I didn't know was a thing. But apparently there is like I guess it's a lot like pro boxing where like you have to start in kind of the baby leagues.
It's probably
and-
a lot like
and then you-
farmers only too.
It's like King of the
Oh.
Cage type of shit.
Yeah, but it's like a USC feeder thing. But he did it for 14 years. And now he games in my store. And he came up to me there. He's like, "You're not going to be seeing a lot of me. I've decided to actually pull my gloves off the hook and I'm going back. I just need something that's going to challenge me." And I was like, bro, why don't you like compete in powerlifting or something instead of like, getting smashed in the face repeatedly?
Yeah.
But he has this job now. Apparently doesn't need that money. I guess he did well as a fighter because he's like, I don't actually need to work and I don't need the money. But I just want to go back for the challenge of it. And I was like,
How old is this dude?
like mid-30s, I think.
See, at a certain point, man, it's time to hang him up.
Yeah, and I'm like, and he just had a baby and stuff. Like his baby's like 1 and shit. I'm like,
now I understand.
It's making
now.
more sense now. Yeah.
He needs to get the fuck out.
He needs
the
a break.
house.
but no, but he's out of the house all the time because the deal he's got. His wife is a lawyer.
Getting punched in the face
that's
is
why he
easier
doesn't
than
need
dealing
money.
with a lawyer
No,
and a
well, no. So they're
1-year-old.
Sorry, I take
I'd
that
rather
back.
be punched in the face.
His
than a dick.
baby mama is a lawyer. They're not married.
Ah.
But I guess they've only been together like 2 years, and he made all of his money like out on the West Coast fighting and like made all this money and stuff. And now, so he doesn't need it. He's with her. It's part of the reason that they're together is that she knows that he's not like trying to ride those coattails or whatever. And he works in the housing market now for like a home builder. He runs like their entire like financial department for this master home builder. And
Collections.
that might be.
Breaking legs.
But yeah, apparently he just doesn't need them. And he's like, I was like, bro, seriously, have you thought about like, there's like a lot of like competitive powerlifting and stuff around here. Like if you really need to push your body and do something that's, a little less high impact than letting some 22-year-old with fucking roid rage just pounding on your face. Like,
Yeah.
I know there's a part of you that feels like you need to go prove that you still got it, but I'm telling you, dude, like you probably don't got it. Like you're probably just going to get your shit pushed in for a while. Like,
I don't know, man. That caliber of fighter, that's a different level.
yeah.
Like fighting to that level is a different fucking level.
And like when you meet him and you like, he's exactly how the MMA fighters I've met that weren't the show fighter, but were very good at it.
Yeah.
You can tell when you talk to this dude that's like, oh yeah, you're dangerous. Like you're legitimately dangerous.
well, it's like they call them. They used to call them stepping stones.
But
It was guys who like weren't necessarily going to get title fights, but were good enough that they were going to give you a run, so you weren't like just getting handed a fight.
I need to look him up because I've got
And-
like all of his information, but
Yeah.
I need to look him up. But he's one of those dudes that it's like certain dudes that you can meet that were in the military and they never tell you what they did, but you can tell that it's like, oh, you were a bad man. Or like you were legitimately dangerous. He's one of those when you're talking to him.
Yeah, usually the humble dudes.
But he's the
Or
same
the-
guy that'll come in and hugs everybody he meets and everybody's instantly his friend until you prove otherwise. Like he's that dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, but you could just snap everybody in half in here, couldn't you? You're just like,
I mean, probably shit.
yeah. So
How's the weather up in Nebraska?
It was hot as shit there too. It was like 100 plus. So-
Really?
And then, but with 30-mile-an-hour winds, so that was fun.
see, that's the problem
Ah,
with
it's-
places like Nebraska.
Yeah,
Is it's like,
Well, there's
hey, you
nothing
want it
there.
so cold that you
It's
can
just-
snap your nuts off like a paper towel?
It's the
we got
flatness,
that.
man.
Hey, you want it so fucking hot that you're gonna pass out to heat exhaustion? We got that too. And
Yeah.
it's like, motherfucker.
I still have the state motto is the best. The best. Nebraska. It's not for everyone.
Is that the state motto?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just changed it. It used to be the good life. Now it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
It's
And
not
there was
for
like
everyone.
some crazy, like, I don't know, tens of millions of dollar campaign that got approved to change it from the good life to it's not for everyone.
Well, must not have been that good, man. Shit. That's funny. That's hilarious.
Well, they can't retain anybody, so
I like Nebraska. I like visiting Nebraska.
see, yes,
I would not live there. I don't think I'd live there because there is just a vast, like, I always knew that like that. All right. Corn. Cool. Got it. Lots of corn there in Iowa. There's lots of corn, right? That's fine. I didn't realize until I saw it firsthand. I'm like, fuck,
there's a lot of corn.
this is a fuck ton of corn. Like, it is a lot of corn, man. Like it is, it's all corn.
Yeah,
Okay. Like,
That's it.
corn, a tree or two, and a couple creeks.
yeah. I remember because I took the helo ride
Yeah,
there in Gretna.
Yeah.
And
You guys got to elevation. You saw Colorado.
fucking basically, yeah. I was just like, holy shit. Like as far as the eye could see, was just cornfields. And I was like, well, they chose their fucking state fucking like they chose appropriately. Shit.
yeah.
It was wild, man. It was wild. How about you, buddy? What are you doing? How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah. Anything fun?
Hung out with Big Jim for a minute down to the river. Went and saw Reckless Kelly at Green Hall.
Well, how was that?
It's pretty good. It's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Hot as fuck.
That's the downfall of outdoor venues this time of year here in Texas, man.
Quote unquote indoor.
It's it's not.
It's not.
It's covered.
It has a roof. But there's no AC.
Shaded.
Yeah.
Kind of like this place.
Yeah. Like the
shaded.
doors open at 8. I think Reckless Kelly went on at 10:30 and it was still like 94, 95. Inside there, I didn't even fucking know with all the people. It was fucking hot.
I know I got up the other morning with the kids and they wanted to go outside. So I was like, yeah, let's fuck it, man. So we go out in the backyard and it was like 80 degrees out. And I was like, it feels fucking wonderful out here.
Right.
Yeah.
When 80 degrees feels cold, you know that you're just naturally acclimated to fucking Satan's asshole
The
hot.
last couple nights, it's been like 85 when I got home from the store. And I was like, I'm going to go outside and have a cigar.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out.
So, right?
You know why? The temperature went down 30 fucking degrees.
My
That's
pool
why.
right now is 90 degrees.
Jesus.
Okay. In the winter, when I turn my hot tub on, it's set to 98.
Yeah.
I'm 8 degrees off from my hot tub in the winter to what my fucking pool is right now.
Yeah. It's fucking bananas. Dude.
Yeah, it's amazing how often we have to put water back in the pool.
Lately, it's been like every other day.
Yeah.
Like I got
Like
worried
it
for a minute.
evaporates that much daily, probably.
And we're in a drought right
Yeah.
now. So they say.
I got worried because I was like, fuck, I'm losing stuff. Is there a crack? Am I leaking? Like, what the
Right.
fuck? No, it's just hot.
Just watching it steam off. You're like,
I think Jazz is sleeping.
he's doing business.
Yeah.
He's got business.
Just the pose you're in is like, I'm
From this
happy.
angle, it did look like you're like an old man that just fucking
I was trying to figure out how to turn on the internet.
just like,
Pulling a Biden.
yeah. It's like, did he fall off his bike? What happened? Yeah, like the whole world. Like I saw this one. It was a headline that said Biden collapses after race, and I was like, "You're stretching, dude."
Yeah.
That's a
After a
stretch.
race? It said after a race?
Yeah, or after a bike ride or something.
Because he was on like a mountain bike on a paved trail and they stopped for the camera.
Does he normally ride his bike, or is this like a one time?
I think this was
so
like a social,
he
does ride his bike.
He
He
reminds me of like that new guy, that like the fucking, I don't know. But it doesn't really matter how old the kid is, but it's his first motorcycle. And he's like super pumped,
Right.
and he pulls up to a fucking stoplight and he puts his left foot down and leans the bike right and tips the bike over.
Yeah.
And then looks at the bike like, what the fuck? And then looks around like it was somebody else's fault. And it's like, no, dude, that was all you.
That was you.
Like you put your foot down, you lean the other way.
Yeah.
And
Well, his
I don't know
foot
what to
got
tell
caught,
you.
man. Like it got caught, and he's
No.
just like, "Oh fuck!"
No, it didn't.
he
So-
put his
tripped.
left foot down. And
Sure.
He, and he
And he
literally
leaned right.
and he leaned. Well, at first
Yeah.
he put his left foot down and he leaned. And I'm like, cool. And then for some reason he just went the other way. And there was no
Well,
stopping it.
He went to, and that's what it was. Is he went to put his other foot down, and it got caught on the pedal, and he committed to the lean.
Yeah, I
And
want to
just-
know what asshole put those toe cages on his pedals. Because he had the toe cages. So it's
Yeah.
the pedal, there's a cage that comes up and around that
Because
your
it wasn't
foot
like
slides
a
into.
click-in.
And it wasn't a clip, because
yeah.
I ride with clipped cleats.
Which I've seen people bust their ass on those
I've done it.
They're slippery.
all the fucking time. Well, it's not even just that.
No,
like,
no, while you're in them. Because what'll happen is you'll
it'll get
go,
stuck in there,
and you're
then
so
like, oh,
used
fuck.
to it, and if you've seated it wrong, like
Yeah.
the last time you clicked in, it'll bind. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to rotate your heel out, and it declicks it, and you can put your foot down.
Yeah.
But if you put it in at any sort of like weird angle, it'll bind because it's this spring clamp that holds onto the cleat. So if you just sit it wrong, it won't unclip. So I've done it, like where I've sit there and gone, and you're so used to it. It's a muscle memory thing that you go and you start to lean and you go to unclip and put your foot down, and then it doesn't clip and you just go, "Dude, shit." And
Yeah.
then problem is that's technically not falling off your bike. That's just falling over on your bike.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
is,
it's-
to me, that's what he did. He fell over.
Yeah.
He fell
That's
over
it.
on the bike because some asshole put those fucking cage things on his pedals.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you know they'll take those off at Walmart when you pick that bike up. Like,
That's saying that it's the cages on the pedals fault is like saying it's the firearm's fault.
Yeah.
It's not. It's the fucking user's fault.
Well, yeah.
The
it is-
guy on the
No.
bike that had his foot in the cage is a fucking idiot and
I-
didn't take his foot out.
I totally agree.
yeah, it's
But
the
the thing
user's
is
fault.
that, like,
But that's some shit that's happened to fucking everyone at some point.
but I also wouldn't put an 80-year-old man behind an extremely high caliber rifle.
Who happens to be the president of the United States?
Yeah, there's just
Like, why?
do a risk
why lie?
assessment.
Well, yes.
It, like,
What benefit's going to come from this?
I would. Put an 80-year-old man behind a rifle.
Yeah, a normal one,
Yeah, but you're not going to stick him behind like,
not one who can't talk. And
yeah.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not. Why are you making me defend Biden right now?
because it amuses me.
The thing is that you're not. He's not defending Biden. What he's defending is he's defending the office.
I'm defending someone fell off a bike.
No, I
It
get that.
happens to everybody, man.
Yes,
and we made
I-
so much of a big deal about it. I
You're
think it's
right.
weird.
You're right.
We're picking on an old man again.
But
I'm
also,
not-
Mikey, do you know why the president of the United States is never in an automobile accident where he's at fault?
Because he's not driving.
Because they don't let him drive.
Yeah,
So
sure.
It's easier to drive than ride a bike.
here's another interesting thing when it comes down to age. And I was reading a couple articles about
The
this. over
Secret
the
Service
weekend.
is at fault here.
Most publicly traded companies that have a CEO of the company literally kick that guy out no later than the age of 67.
The risk assessment.
So you're saying I got some time?
Well, the government's a company.
You had time a few millennia ago, bro.
The government's a company, and the CEO of it is essentially the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's 82. No, he'll be 82 at the end of his term. I think he's 79 right now.
It's
Yeah.
fucking old.
The oldest, he's the oldest we've ever had.
He's an old 79.
Yeah.
He's not a spry 79.
No.
Yeah, like my great grandmother at 93 was riding snowmobiles.
Yeah.
But I
there's-
wouldn't put that man on a snowmobile.
There's senators and congressmen that are
It's
in the
called sled.
90s.
Just called a sled.
It's a sled.
Yeah.
Is he like riding sleds, fixing sleds?
Sled
It's
Ted.
a snow,
just like
snow
sled.
machine.
Snow machine. That's the New England way of saying it. It's the snow
And
machine.
people would get pissed.
Well, a snow
if we called a
machine-
snowmobile.
Yeah.
See, but if you say snow machine, I know
can
it's
say
called a
sled,
snowblower,
too.
but I'm assuming it's the thing that cleans the sidewalk
No, a snow machine is something that makes
or that makes snow. Yeah.
No, you ride those.
It's just-
What do you
it depends where
what do you
live.
call the machine that makes snow?
Snowblower.
Okay, so
Well, no, a snowblower
No,
is
that
what
clears
cleans
snow.
it. And then, I guess,
okay, let's talk about some fucked up shit that different regions say.
yeah.
My favorite,
Oh,
okay,
God.
because the snow machine started it. My favorite is when snow falls on your driveway. What's it called to get rid of it? What do you do?
Shovel.
Blow it.
No, what do you do in Nebraska? You what? The driveway.
Scoop.
So do you go
what?
get your snow scoop to do that?
There's snow scoops. The snow shovels.
Yeah, but you
So
would
shovels. I
you'd
would shovel the
your
drive.
drive.
But
Scoop your drive.
It's so funny. The
Scoop makes it sound like I'm getting a fucking
Dude,
snow
is this a
cone at the
thing?
end of this.
It is
Yeah.
the first winter I was there. Like I'm gonna go scoop the driveway. I'm like, what?
But that was like when we got stationed in Pennsylvania, and I was up there, and somebody literally said, "Yeah, I can't make it. My mom says I got to go rit up my room." I was like, "What in the fuck did you just say to me?
Rid out.
Rit up my room.
What is that?
What?
Clean your room."
Rid up.
it's like giving it a counseling.
So
statement.
it's to make it right. Rit up.
Huh.
They also say yins.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that trickles down into Maryland too. They
So
say
the funny
weird
thing is
shit.
the
What's a
yins
yin?
thing. It's like saying y'all. And so I said
Oh,
y'all,
yins.
and they were like, yins ain't from around here, ours. And I was like, what the fuck is yins? And like, what the fuck is y'all? And I was like, it's a contraction. You all. Like, I can
Yeah.
figure out what the
Yeah.
fuck. The fuck is yins other than retarded.
It's like spell it. Spell yins for me.
YENZ.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's like you've heard me talk shit about Maryland's accent, where it's like, let's go down the ocean. It's like what?
Yeah.
Down the ocean?
Or a
You
glass.
mean go to the ocean?
Or in Jersey where you can get a glass of water.
Wooder? Yeah. Or
WOODER.
instead of saying
Wooder.
what time are you off work? In Maryland, it's what time you done work. It's like that's not a fucking sentence. You people are weird. What time you done work? No, that's not a thing.
Or asking for a ride and they'll say, get me up.
Yeah. That's more PA, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. PA.
Yeah.
Can you get me up? Huh? Like,
Quoi?
are you sleeping?
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
what?
Yeah, that's weird. My buddy, who's a cop in Tennessee, or the northwestern southern side of the eastern half of Kentucky, that one, he tripped me out one time. We were looking for our beanies when we were in Fallujah. We were looking for our beanies, and he's like, "Where's my toboggan?"
What?
And I'm like,
That's a sled.
I'm like, "That's a sled."
No, that's an
I'm like,
Appalachia thing.
yeah, a toboggan is a fucking stocking cap.
Mm-mm.
That's
Down
that's
there.
an
Yeah.
Appalachia
A
thing.
toboggan is a sled that at the front curls
It's
up.
curls
wood
up.
and it curls
Yeah.
up in the front. And
I agree.
That's
Yeah.
a fucking toboggan.
But to those folks,
Something
That's a hat.
something you need in Iraq is
Yeah.
a toboggan.
Yeah. How fun it no.
No, that's an Appalachian. That's all up and down the
I don't know.
Appalachian.
A
It's
toboggan on some of those fucking sand dunes. That'd have been a good time.
Right?
That's like those people that go and snowboard in the dunes.
It's called
like out in
it's
Nevada
called a
and shit.
skidco at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a weird fucking show.
Because it's too hot for us to try and do anything more.
We
It's
can't
just-
think.
fuck.
Yeah, my last 2 brain cells are slowly dying in the
Yeah.
heat.
And it's not even as hot as it was last week.
I think it's just the length of how hot it's been.
Yeah.
And
It's
only
just
June.
finally, it's just like, okay.
It's
Like
only
it's like
June.
3 weeks over 100 now.
We're not even to the hot part.
Yeah, dude. August is the worst. Like,
I hope
what
it
the
fucking
fuck?
snows in August.
Yeah.
It's only fucking June.
I was talking to my dad in Boston over the weekend, and he's like, "Yeah, I woke up this morning. It's 52," and he goes, "Oh, it's about 68 right now."
Right? Like
I was like, "When you woke up this morning," I was like, "Double that, and that's what it is right now."
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like some of us are on the same fucking cigar pages and stuff like that. And you'll see these pictures and it's like perfect weather for this cigar. And they're in like wool socks and slippers and like
Right.
long sleeves and shit sitting outside.
It's like, what are you in
Like a
Norway?
little fire pit and shit going. And I'm like, bro, if I had a taller fence, I'd be out here naked. Like this
Yeah.
is fucking ridiculous.
Drinking hot coffee. It's like,
I've used,
no.
I've used a blanket in 3 weeks.
So my neighbors,
It's been just sheets. Like, for 3 weeks, man. Like, I don't have a blanket on my bed right now. It's sheet.
my neighbors just built a pool, like my next door neighbors,
In ground or above ground?
in ground.
Are they religious? It's the only way I figure they have that kind of money.
Yeah, they got to have that kind
I
of
don't know, but
Yeah.
anyway, so
religious fellas.
but before they built the pool, I never had to look at my neighbors. Now they have a deck that goes straight out to their pool, and every time they're outside, they can see right into my pool, and I'm not overly happy about it.
You just got to get an inner tube.
Fence extenders.
Well, that
I
too.
see where you're going.
You need an inner tube, and that's it.
That's
and just
it.
fucking lay there.
Yeah.
Fence
Like, hey guys!
extenders.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
grandfather did that.
That'll
So-
happen one time, and they won't look in your fucking yard
They'll
no more.
put up fences.
The problem is they have a couple high school age daughters, so I don't really want to be that guy.
Yeah.
My grandfather did that when he bought his house.
List.
When he bought his house, there was nobody on the end of his street. And this was in the late 80s. So it was at 281 and Bitters, which now is so
It's
crowded it's not
everywhere.
even funny,
Yeah.
right? But when he bought it, that was North Side San Antonio.
Good restaurants over that way, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, speaking of restaurants,
but
I'll
at the
circle
top of
back.
his cul-de-sac, there was 2 houses. There was his and then like a full acre gap and then another house. So and the cul-de-sac did an L. So you had to go uphill, it hooked a left and up, and there was 2 houses at the end of the cul-de-sac. My grandfather's and the chick and her family owned this huge candy company here in Texas.
Yeah.
And if you've ever been to a gas station with that red and white label on the bagged candies for like cinnamon dots and all that kind of
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, yeah. Like,
them.
okay.
So she lived there and my grandfather lived in the other one. And they didn't have fences because they were so far away from each other and there was nothing there.
Didn't
But
even.
this was when like deer still wandered around in there and shit like that. So like I remember very vividly going out and like spreading corn and sitting there and watching the deer come up and then the boom started to happen in San Antonio and all these people started to move in. And my grandfather built a 2-foot brick base all the way around his yard and then put a 7-foot wood fence on top of that. And I was
Respect
like, bro,
Yeah.
like, this is hardcore.
You want to climb this fucking fence, you better be a goddamn fucking
But at the
star
same time, it
fucking
was
NBA.
brilliant because my grandfather was an avid bird hunter and he had Brittany Spaniels. And they had a 40-foot by 100-foot run on the side of the house with 2-room dog houses and like
Oh, wow.
peep out windows through the fence and stuff like that. But that brick wall made it so regardless of how much the dogs wanted to go look at the deer and all that kind of shit, they were gonna have to dig through 2 foot of brick
Sure.
to get out. And I was like, this is dope as shit. My grandmother was going to sell the house and all of us were like, please don't. Me personally, I was like, please don't sell the house. And now she's changed her mind. She's like, I think I'm just not going to move. I'm just going to, I'm like, good.
Good.
Because right about the time you die, I'll be right about the time that I can fucking buy that house. It's dope.
Put it in the will.
You've been in that house. It's a dope house.
That thing is fucking baller.
And
You could throw some fucking rowdy parties in there.
I just want it for the kitchen.
The kitchen is insanely
Yeah,
big.
the kitchen's ridiculous. And it's got a full 2 service bay ice making wet bar in the middle of the house. It's like a full service bar.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I love that house.
That's awesome.
John, do you remember the restaurant we went to that had the tamales? What the name of it is?
That narrowed it down in San
Oh,
Antonio.
it's right off of 281.
But all they have is tamales, and they were legit tamales.
We ordered like
95.
fucking, yeah,
Tamales.
literally
Yeah.
95 tamales.
That's right, there's
between
4 of us. We had leftovers, but they were great.
fucking
God,
so good.
I can't remember the name of it. Fuck.
Well, my favorite Mexican restaurant is over there, Los Bolitos, which is the Baja place.
You ever been to El Jaro over there?
Yeah, actually, we have my new job. They have meetings there all the time.
El Jaro's really good.
Yeah, one of the members of our board is a big fan of that place.
Next door to Easy's.
That dude's like the fucking mayor. Well, I always go to that Witch that's right next door to that too.
Yeah. Easy's was legit when Cappy still owned it. Who the people that he founded like Cappuccinos and
Yeah.
Cappy's Dining and still owns La Fonda on Main. But
Yeah.
it was really good, and then he sold it and everything just tanked. But there's some really good food in that area.
Yeah, just a lot of options.
It's-
You know,
yeah.
that's where I used to go to fucking, which sadly isn't there anymore, but was my favorite pizza place in town. It was the only place I could get like East Coast pie.
or on the other side.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
across the
yeah.
other side. It was right behind the fucking Walgreens over
Yeah.
there. That place was fucking legit.
The garlic knots were nuts.
Fuck yeah,
They were
dude.
so good.
And unfortunately, it's gone. Like it.
I used to live in those
died.
apartments across the street.
Did you? Yeah.
Dahlia's.
Dahlia's, yes.
Dahlia's tamales, huh?
Dahlia's
So good.
specializing in tamales.
Huh.
Yeah.
And it's
legit.
kind of on the west side.
I'm not a big tamale fan.
Yeah, but if you can do one thing,
Be efficient.
They're good at it.
and they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
went to-
appreciate restaurants that serve like one fucking thing.
Me
They're
and
like,
Barker we had a barbecue today. Went to a place called Barbacutie.
worst name ever.
It's a terrible name.
Oh.
Food was legit.
Yeah.
It was great barbecue. And there's a Hero Sports plate,
Oh, yeah.
which is really, it's a 2-meat plate. So,
It's all sausage though.
and
Sausage and
but-
meatballs.
But like now I got brisket and turkey, dog. And like, you know how like their side portions are like you're normally kind of small.
Yeah.
This is like, I got mac and cheese and it was a fucking boat of mac. And I was like, okay. Like
Every
fucking-
time we order mac and cheese, we get a lot of mac and cheese.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm so good with that. Mac and cheese is my favorite side, I think. Might be my favorite barbecue side. I don't know. But if you're in the San Antonio area and you happen to step into a Barbecutie's, again, terrible name, order the Hero Sports plate. Because a portion of proceeds go to Hero Sports.
Nice.
Oh, we can talk about that now.
Yes.
Mikey,
Well-
are you employed?
Yeah, and apparently I got into it with a dude on our Facebook page a little while ago because he was like, I'm worthless like Mikey. And I was like, I'm laughing from my office at my new job, you dick.
I wouldn't put that. I'd been like, I'm laughing with my full retirement.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I also have that. No, I am gainfully employed, man, with Hero Sports. I'm the director of partnerships and sponsorships. So me and Mike are fucking,
The mics.
yep, fucking 2-man fighting hole, fucking that pig. So,
I am actually gainfully employed now.
Yeah, you paying yourself?
Yeah,
Look at you.
Hey.
way ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, like a year ahead of schedule,
Yep.
man.
So
Well,
it's nice though.
it is. It is. Yeah. So
If I break down what I make an hour,
Don't ever do that.
Yeah.
don't do that.
It's awful.
You don't do that.
I'm breaking all the labor laws. That's why I am on salary.
Yep. You're on salary, kid. You're always working.
Yeah. Money never sleeps.
Yeah. I interviewed a person today for a position, and
And none of the fun
she
kind.
asked. She was like, "What's the hourly?" And I'm like, "No,
That's not how any of this works.
Yeah, that's not how this works at
Welcome
all.
to nonprofit, bitch.
Yeah, like nope. You're getting salary, kid.
Yeah.
250 to 375.
Yeah.
Nah.
Somewhere between not enough and I don't want to talk about it.
Yep. Yep. So that's good though. Mike and I are hiring another individual
Nice.
to kind of handle our shit.
Yeah.
Kind of be like a fucking call it executive assistant. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Office bitch.
Keep both you guys in line.
No, executive assistant is like somebody who can actually remember what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it's more of like maintaining schedule and
Yeah.
keeping us organized and, helping run events and helping network and shit like that.
I just
So
like
still
that
doing the
Mikey's been
job.
hunting an assistant for like 2 years.
Yeah, right?
He's been to the shop for like 4 days and I was like, I'm hiring one.
They were like,
Stop
yeah.
me.
They're like, yeah, you should do that. I was like, huh. Motherfucker, man. Holy fuck. Is this what support feels like? Holy shit. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Good things. I'm excited about it. We got a lot of good stuff coming up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the summer's over. So all the outdoors part of things start kicking up again.
Yep.
So right now it's just too goddamn hot.
It is fucking unbearable out there. He went on an axis hunt, or no, a ram hunt last weekend, and I was like, ugh,
Nope.
fuck that.
Like this is the time you hunt the animals that you don't like. The meat's horrible and
Yeah.
you don't eat it.
Yeah,
and
this
you're
is-
just getting like a amount.
Yeah, this
You know?
is pig only season.
And it's like eradication.
Yeah, this is just murder season for pigs.
This isn't like, oh, I'm going to take some meat home. I mean, you have like 8 minutes.
Right?
From when the bullet impacts to you need to put it in a cooler.
Yeah.
You've got 8 minutes till my meat spoils. Like, that's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like right now. Don't be confused by that camera. We're inside. We're not. Like we said earlier, we're covered. But I don't
We
know if I'd
need one of
consider
those like
this
big circle thermometers to like hang right in the center.
Right?
fucking hot.
You're like, well, it's summertime again. Can't you tell? It's just shy
Oh,
of
but
murder
guys,
yourself.
It's down to 99 degrees outside, so
I have 90 showered on mine.
which means that it's probably only a balmy 90 in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be warmer than that.
It's warm. It's warm. That's why I didn't put my new hat on, buddy. I want to soak it already. Like, fuck.
Let me sweat through this brand new hat real quick.
I do have
Boys,
I have summer hats and winter hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ones that are just like, I'm like, this is just.
I
gonna
have
get more
ones that I
ruined.
like. I've worn too much,
Yeah.
and now I just take them to the river,
Yeah.
and then after like a solid day at the river, I can wear them again because it's equivalent of like washing them.
Yeah.
The amount of times that it gets in the water and gets wet.
Oh, dude, like I'm telling you, I'm gonna show up at one of your fucking houses with like 5 or 6 hats, and I just keep switching my hats on and jumping in your pool.
I'm just going to show up at your house because you have a pool.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
You guys are more than welcome.
It has been nice.
Well, I don't know if I want to jump
Scott's
in 90
going to come
degree
home and be like,
fucking
when the fuck did you get here? And be like, I hopped the fence. Like, it's fucking, it's hot.
So
It's
the funny thing
fucking
is
hot.
that 90-degree pool,
But I-
like you put your
but
foot
I
in,
left-
and you're like,
I
ooh.
left JMO by the back
Yeah.
door. I'd always come bearing gifts. Like, I'd leave a bottle for rental
Yeah,
fee.
there you go.
And I'd be like,
That's fucking fair.
That is
right?
fair.
I'd be like, I'm using your pool, but I left a bottle by the door. I opened it.
Absolutely.
But you can have whatever you want.
There's this like an Airbnb thing, but for pools.
Yeah.
Like you can rent your pool out.
Really weird.
It's really weird.
Well,
'Cause,
I
like,
lived a lot closer to Scott. It would have been tempting, but now it's
I
like,
don't have an outside
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want people shitting in my pool.
They're definitely going to be pissing in there.
Do I rent my bathroom too?
You would have to.
You know, like how does this work?
You would have to. And I would put up a sign that says, I do have the chemical that will change the pool color around you if you piss.
I don't think it exists.
It doesn't, but they don't fucking know that. People are
Yeah.
stupid.
I wish it did, though.
That'd be so
everybody
fun.
believes that blue cloud myth. that
I would
like,
so,
turns the water.
I would
so fun.
so put that in my pool. Be like, oh look, guys.
Just do what Mikey does.
That's the rule. You got to put your hands up. That's how you know. You guys need to take a step back. It's happening.
That's insanity. That's like having a smoking section on an airplane.
That'd be nice.
Well, we used to have that.
No, you just be able to smoke on the airplane.
No,
But that's a
they had
lot like
sections.
having a pissing section in a pool. Like it's when it's all the same air or the same water.
Yeah.
According to waterandhealth.org, there is no such chemical that currently exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So you can just pee all you want.
Yeah.
It should be, though.
I know, I spoke to Chris Freeman yesterday. He wanted to stop by at some point today.
Yeah, he's had a crazy schedule the last couple months because like he got promoted, so he had to train some new people
Yeah.
and shit like that. So he's doing really well.
Yeah.
And
Let's talk
he's
to
been
him.
sending me messages, and he was like, "Dude, I really want to come by the store and see what's going on." But I'm like, "Dude, you got to make your bread. Don't worry about it."
Well, he asked me, he's like, what time you guys record? I'm like, fucking,
Eventually,
you're asking me? I
Yeah.
don't fucking know, dude.
Speaking of the devil.
nuh-uh,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I just said that. I was like, it's probably Chris
Literally
Freeman.
just talking about you.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably Chris. I need fucking.
Now you can leave and go get ice.
That's actually true. We need ice because all of ours melted real quick.
Yeah, I just have lukewarm, watered down whiskey at this point.
It's still cold. By the way,
It's
what are we
cold.
drinking, boys?
I believe
Courtesy
Johnny and I are
courtesy
on
of Chris Freeman.
courtety of Chris Freeman. I
Yeah.
believe Mikey and I are on some Broken Saddle right
I'm doing
now.
Broken
Yes,
Saddle
we
too.
are.
Hey, look at that!
Look at the
And
holy
he
cow.
brought more.
Oh,
Broken
Jesus.
It's really good.
Look at
He
all the
brought, he
brokens.
brought Broken Thorn.
It wasn't Broken Ladder. It was Broken Thorn.
I'm not gonna lie,
Thorn.
I like this Broken stuff so much. I bought it again at home. Like it's
Yeah.
really fucking good.
It's
I feel
solid,
like we're
man.
drinking a broken Chris Freeman at this point.
Right? Jesus Christ.
It's my favorite kind of Chris Freeman.
Yeah, I haven't had Broken Thorn yet.
I haven't either.
It's lighter. It's 92 proof versus the 100 proof that's in our bottles right now.
Yeah.
So it goes like 92, 95, and 100.
What are we drinking right now?
We're drinking Broken Saddle.
Okay.
I gave up on the headphones. I couldn't do it anymore.
It's hot.
It's fucking
It's
warm,
fucking
dude.
cooking my head. I can still hear everybody, so
I have water in
I'm
my
good to
ears.
hook.
Oh, speaking of headphones and hearing, went to the Reckless Kelly
Yeah.
and couldn't hear for fucking 36 hours afterwards.
Yeah.
Like legit. Like it was, we walk out, we leave, and I was like, it was just a fucking solid tone.
Just that.
Whee! Yeah, that was it. And like a car drove by, and I was like, I didn't know they made SUVs like that. They were electric. Oh shit!
Nope, I'm just
I can't
deaf.
hear fuck all.
Yep. Speaking of health issues, remember I went to the doctor for my
Yeah,
ankle.
are you broken?
Yeah,
It
what they
is-
say?
I have a broken ankle.
It's cool, man. They'll fix it in like July. They'll see you in July, and then they'll fix it in like December.
So I have what's called an avulsion fracture, which is essentially where the fucking tendon attaches to the bone. It snapped off that little piece of bone.
Oh,
Oh.
So it'll more than likely grow back fine. It might take
more
a
than
little while.
likely.
But I mean, he said, he's like, you're walking on it pretty well. He's like, you're okay. He's like, I can put you in a boot. I was like, anytime if I'm walking this well without the boot, I'm not going to put the boot on just because all it's
Okay,
going
but
to do
did
is
you
it's going to make
ask?
my back hurt.
Did you ask about a peg?
The boot.
I asked, and he was like, not necessary yet.
Fuck.
So, but yep.
I have such plans.
So you can tell Michelle, she was right. And by the time I made the appointment right after she suggested it, I just didn't get in until
Yeah.
fucking, last Monday because
I don't-
that's universal health care for you kids.
It's very Canada of you.
I don't need to tell Michelle she's right. She knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
She knew.
yeah.
She knew after she said it.
Definitely do have a broken leg though. Yeah, I have a broken fucking technically my foot, I guess, is actually broken. Technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
I went 2 weeks before I went into on a broken foot.
Yeah. But I mean it feels fine. It doesn't hurt like it did, so it's a little stiff, but I've been working on it. Luckily I work across the hall from a fucking former physical therapist.
Oh,
So Barker is
Yeah.
a fucking physical therapist.
Like, hey,
so,
buddy.
I always
Yeah.
forget he was a PT.
Yeah, so I was like, so
I need
he's,
a foot massage.
so he's kind of giving me some fucking little tips
I just
and
figured he'd be in
tricks.
better shape for somebody that understood the importance of physical fitness.
Hey man, he's in the fucking nonprofit world now. You ain't
It's
gotta worry
true.
about all that.
Round as a shape.
You know what? For being the size that he is, that motherfucker can move.
can move.
I remember I watching him play flag football against like the celebs and shit.
Dude can
and
move.
like he's like fucking like sacking Doug Flutie and shit, like running after Doug and shit. Like,
He can move.
and
You ever see him swing a bat?
yeah,
Dude can pivot.
the son of a bitch. He's
Yeah,
got the
he can
mobility
move.
there, man. Like the muscle memory is there
And
on
he's
that
got the
fucking
mass to move that bat.
guy. Yep. So he's like Big Poppy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Shit.
don't ask him to steal second, but
Yeah.
he'll get you
I'm
home.
getting it first.
If he hits a double, it's a stand up. It's a stand up double.
Like,
Yeah.
Barker's the kind of guy that could do the stand up double and like jog to second. If they bagged him out, he'd be like,
Yeah.
I did my job.
If Jazz hit that, it's a fucking in the park, but it's a double for him. Like, yeah,
I'm not fast to quit.
yeah. But yeah, fucking, it's definitely broke. It's a thing. So, oh well, shit happens, I guess. It's not changing my plans any. I still fly to Florida this Friday to go skydive for the next 2 weeks. There are 10 days of skydiving. So
Are you static or free fall?
I'm doing both while I'm
Yeah.
down there. Yeah. Yeah.
Did,
They're just
uh,
not at the same time.
Did
Not
you
at the
happen
same
to
time.
see the
Statically
video
free falling.
that's going around about the dude in the military that he was a static land jump and
Tell me he didn't hook up.
no, it's a video from the ground and the dude's coming in to land and there's grass on both sides and then a road going right down the middle. And I don't know if he flared wrong or fucking what the fuck
saw
happened.
that one.
But it literally like it's supposed to be like balls to the feet, side of the calf, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It went butthole first.
As soon as he lands, like somebody's filming it, and there's like people in the in the frame.
It's not flaring
As
wrong.
soon
It's
as-
that he tucked his fucking legs up.
Yeah, as soon as he lands, everybody's like, "Oh!" and turns around. It's like, it looked
bad.
disgusting.
It literally.
That's a
That's like,
tailbone.
do you remember that one
It
from
was-
a couple years ago with that huge DZ? And the guy's sitting there and he's trying to like flare and back it up. And you just hear him going, fuck, 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 fuck. And it was just like that huge DZ. And he still hit the hard ball that ran right next to it. And he's coming in forward too. So it was just like.
The DZ we drop on in
Slam.
Florida is good size.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking.
Yeah.
You
There's a
have
good
to
sized
try-
forest right next to it.
You have to try to hit that forest.
Or get sky sharked. In my defense.
I like how every mistake that's ever happened with him jumping has always been somebody else's fault.
Always.
No, some of them are definitely my fault. I will tell you this much: if I was to get sky shark the same jump today, I wouldn't go in the trees. I would. Now I understand a little
And
bit
then
more.
you'd be in the fence.
No, I would have pulled it out. I would have been fine.
No, you'd have been like, oh shit. And you would have turned.
Yeah,
And that's it. That's all you had to do.
yeah, I'd have been fine. So, yeah. Hindsight being what it is. At the time, yes, but
Okay, so what about this article? I haven't read the whole thing, so I don't know a lot of details. But there was an entire battalion that has now been told to stand down because soldiers in the battalion, a video surfaced of a filmed orgy
Yes.
in the barracks,
You mean
and
a-
these soldiers
you mean a
got
Thursday?
filmed. Well, see, but what you're forgetting is that when we were all in, like
There were no cell
everybody
phones.
carrying around a 4K camera wasn't a thing.
yeah,
We did have camcorders, though.
We had flip
So-
phone.
it
We
became
flip
a
Yeah, so
phone.
thing.
apparently this thing, and it has grounded an entire battalion.
one of my favorite pictures I've ever seen was
Where-
this
what
kid named
was
JP
it?
Moss, who's
Hopefully it
now a
was
sex offender.
Hopefully, it was a co-ed.
Nope, she was smuggled into the barracks.
Oh, it was just
And-
one chick, though.
And of course, it was paratroopers.
That
course
was so.
Yeah,
so
no, I
you
did.
know,
that
let-
reminds
I
let
did
me-
see the
let me-
letterhead that came out that had the big sword and wings, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds about
Let
right."
me help Jazz out. That is not an orgy. That is a gangbang.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's a train,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
aware of what a train is.
That's a
Okay, I will say this. I think they were thinking ahead because they were supposed to go to Kosovo this summer, but no longer will go.
All right, nope. So
Oh,
this was a
smart
strategy.
motherfucker.
Yeah, this was
Just
a
saying.
this was
Yeah.
a
This
I'm
was
just saying.
pre-planned.
this was a tactical train.
Yep.
Like
that was the E4 Mafia getting together going, check it out.
Yeah.
We're getting
It's
us
a
out of this
win-win.
fucking deployment.
You think it'll work? No. Yeah, it will.
Yeah, it will.
It's got to
It'll
work.
totally work.
It'll
Yeah,
work.
Set up that tripod over there and turn
What's
the
the
camera
worst
on.
that can happen?
Did she?
What are they going to do?
was-
Tell us we can't go to Kosovo?
Was she consenting, or was it more of a?
I'm reading through it right now, but this is a scary long article about this incident.
I'm willing to bet.
Call
that
Rich. Rich will know it.
right.
Rich can give us the cliff notes.
So, yeah, that was a normal thing in the barracks, man.
My first
I'm not saying it wasn't normal.
my
I'm just
first-
saying I've never heard of an entire battalion being grounded because of it.
No.
My first week at Fort
Platoon.
Campbell, I had to talk to fucking CID
Platoon, yes.
over
Yeah.
something. I told this story before over
Yeah.
something identical to this.
Yeah.
It was one chick, but her thing was 100% consensual. She said it wasn't because she was late to formation the next morning. But once they did the investigation, they were like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah. That happened
See,
to my Marine.
In
I had
that
a few of my
situation
Marines.
is when the cell phones are all super handy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
but
like,
this was-
hey, look,
this
I'll
was-
take the extra
this
duty,
2001.
but
This was on.
But-
This was recorded on a camcorder.
this is a camcorder, not
so
a."
I guarantee they watched it and said, "Oh, this is consensual."
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody moans that way.
Yeah. And the first sergeant was going like, I'm going to hold on to this for evidence.
So apparently, it was
And I need everybody to leave my office right now.
it was the British Army, a British paratrooper battalion,
Yeah, because it
And-
has the SAS logo on the top of the fucking.
and apparently it says
So what was
it
the dude's
looks
name?
like it looks like consensual sex. I don't think they're going to drop names.
looks like.
So
that's according to the
I had a,
article.
I had,
You know that was
I
the
had
most
some Marines.
polite train that's ever been run.
According to anybody who watched the video,
Like they were done and they were like,
Pardon me.
cheers, mate. And then just like moved on. It was just like,
The footage appears to show a consensual orgy involving a red-headed woman on the barracks in Essex.
Good for
once
her.
again, not an orgy. That's
Yeah.
a gangbang.
if it's
gangbang.
one chick, that's
Oh
not. See,
my-
like I said, I didn't read the article. So
Okay, it gets better. With one soldier even seen saluting as his friend had sex with her. It was believed.
Like I said,
good on you, boys.
polite train that's
Dude,
ever been
this is
run.
the most normal thing in the world, man. Like, why is this news?
Well, why is it grounding a battalion?
Yeah.
If
If that had been a
anything,
Marine battalion, a sergeant major would have came out, but like, watch the video. Good shit, boys.
The sergeant
If it had been the Marines, the sergeant major
would
had been like, "Why didn't I get invited?"
no, he would have left the room before
This
they
is
bust
a-
out the video.
This is a new kind of brotherhood.
Yeah.
nothing shows more unit cohesion than when you're
Running a train.
you're just
If you're
saluting
just
your boys, he's hitting
swapping
it from the
bodily
back.
fluid via a vagina. Yeah. Vagina,
So what
mouth,
happens
and
if-
or butthole.
What happens if you swap bodily fluids and there's no vagina involved?
That's just gay.
But
I
I
mean,
didn't
it's
make
fine.
I didn't make eye contact.
It depends. Are
Were
you
boot
deployed or in
bands
the
involved?
field?
Or what?
Do you have boot bands on?
Always bloused.
Well, then it's definitely not gay.
No, it's just one boot band. It's not around your ankles.
Oh, that's a different kind. That's a different party.
And it's wrapped twice.
That sounds like a modified Flocon de Neige.
Kind of.
Yeah. I suppose you could use a boot band for
I'm
the
gonna
Flocon.
need one desert boot.
A shower shoe. Specifically a PX shower shoe.
Big shower shoe, one desert boot, a boot band,
Fucking one of those the
the
fucking
heater bag from an MRE without the heater.
I need the protractor for reading maps. The square protractor. And a write in a rain notebook. Bring it in. Now, I had a set of Marines get in trouble in 29 Palms. They went to a Big
We
and
refer
Rich
to that
concert.
move as shooting an azimuth.
Yeah, I'm into that.
You just got to be careful because if your buddy shows up, you don't want to be doing reverse azimuths.
So these guys, they took a Humvee, went to a Big and
That's
Rich
the devil's
concert that was on
land nav.
base.
And-
And they pick up this chick, take her back, and dog her out in the back of a vehicle. Meanwhile, one of the other kids, they basically made the PFC as like lookout, right?
That was the Big and Rich concert. You've told this
Yeah,
story.
yeah. Well, again, it was the same thing. Like she got buyer's remorse
Yeah.
the next morning and was like, "I was raped," and they were like, "Mm-mm.
Yeah,
we
no.
have pictures and vids."
You definitely signed the end user.
And,
you signed the end user agreement on this one.
oh
This
yeah,
is-
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and that shit happens a lot, man. That's why. And unfortunately, this is a real fucking problem in the military these days, and especially in the veteran community, is the military sexual trauma. I'm not discounting that it doesn't happen because it absolutely fucking does. And I'm sure there are women out there that are genuinely affected by this. But there is a percentage of them that are seeing the girls who are really affected by them get their 100% and get fucking all these benefits.
Yep.
And they're fucking calling MST on fucking people.
Yeah.
And it's not true.
But I'm sorry, but when you're doing Holiday Inn parties and the chick is getting 10 copies of a room key made,
Yeah. Like, you don't have a lot of leg to stand on,
Yeah.
you know?
it's
You
like,
got a whole
I have
lot of back
copy
to lay on,
I
but
have
that's
a
it.
copy of a room key, and so does the rest of my squad.
Yeah.
So how is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember one time in particular. So no shit, there I was in the barracks. I didn't live in the barracks. I lived out in town. I was a platoon sergeant at this time. And
He just came in to hang out.
well, so this was during the MySpace days.
It was the Marines.
So I'd met this chick on MySpace and she hits me up and she's like, "Hey, I'm with a friend. She wants to meet some Marines and we're down by Oceanside and we were wondering if we could come and visit you." And I was like, "Listen," I was like, "I just got off base and I'm not going back on." I was like, "But you're more than welcome to go to the barracks." And I was just going to write them off as they now they belong to the streets now, right? And fucking sure shit, they go over there and I don't hear anything else about it, right? The next morning, my boys walk in and they are still fucking wasted, laughing, high-fiving, having a great fucking time. Like, you can just tell they had an evening, right? And I'm
Yeah.
standing there in formation. I'm like, "You boys have a fucking good time?" And they all just like looked at me and one of them just goes, "You were the best fucking NCO we've ever had." I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "I'm not going to tell you." He's like, "Buchko, how was your evening?" And Buchko, who's the pretty kid, remember the kid that got fucking, that ran like the 16-minute
Yeah.
PFT because he was pissed? He became a man that night. and she fell in love after she
Took
ran,
on the entire platoon.
after she took on about 10 other dudes. Then she fell in love with him. and then meanwhile, the girl that I had been talking to, I was like, well, that one's written off. You know what I mean? And they were like, no, she didn't do anything. And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, no, she's like, no, she sat in the lounge watching TV while we fucking, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Seriously? I was like, fuck, maybe that's a good girl. I was like, I'll
The
be
one I was
damned.
talking about with the 10 room keys.
Yeah.
Like, that's a true story.
Yeah.
Like, she got 10 room keys made and handed them all out, right?
Sure.
So everybody took a turn.
Yeah.
And then,
You guys got high class broads.
right?
Right?
My buddy
Seriously.
and
This
this
got a
chick
hotel
fell
room.
in love with each other.
Gross.
And he was part of the line. And I was like, bro, how are you with this chick after you know that everybody you know
Yeah.
has already blasted away? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't king shame, but holy fuck, man.
yeah. And he was like, I don't know, man. She just gets me. And I was like, really?
She gets a lot of it.
Does she know that your family owns SAS shoes? And he was like, well, yeah, we talked about it. And I was like,
No.
So, and then like 6 months later, he got kicked out of the service for having too much money because his financials came out and they were like, yeah, nope,
Yep.
absolutely not. You're fucking gone.
Yep.
Because this kid was on a $125,000 a month allowance from his trust fund.
Jesus.
Yeah. But he joined the army because
Someday.
everybody told him he'd never do anything.
Oh, wow.
So he joined the army to be like, yeah, well, fucking watch this. And then the
You know
army
what?
was like, yeah,
That's the
nope.
only kind of shoes my mom ever wore.
That's what they specialize in, right?
Yes, right.
But they got married, and of course that lasted about all of 18 months.
Sure. And she got half of it.
And yeah, oh yeah, he's still paying fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not in touch with them anymore, but I guarantee you he's still paying fucking.
Probably. Yeah. But interesting side note about that story. The chick that I ended up dating for a little while because she was obviously fucking not a whore. And we dated for a little bit. Didn't work out. But she joined the Marines. All right. So before that,
It's the ultimate groupie.
we spent a weekend together once, and then she had to go get surgeries because I had rearranged some things. And she had to go get a surgery. She tore a diaphragm and whatnot from a fun-filled evening with me.
Wow.
And then, yeah, I fucking laid it well, man. That was my early 20s. That was good.
That might be considered poor technique. I don't know.
Fucking worked great for me. And then she went to boot camp, got kicked out of boot camp medically, had to recycle basically, got basically kicked out, admin sept for 6 months, ended up rehabbing, going back in the Marines and stayed in. And as far as I know, is still in. Yeah.
Letting all the other Marines rearrange it.
No, married and happy with kids now and shit.
That didn't mean
But-
shit. You know that as well as I do.
Oh yeah, but once she joined, I was like, now she belongs to the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you become a WM, it's like, nah, dog. I'm all set. I learned my lesson without NJP. Nah. already got pinched for that once, boys. Jesus. But yeah, that's a thing.
Boys, did y'all hear about the gun buyback that's going on in Dallas this week?
Yeah, I heard a lot of people are going to Home Depot and building fucking like
Yep.
bullshit
You can
$10 fucking pea
The
shooters.
2x4,
and
the
getting
2x4
$100.
shotgun. So
You
you
can
can
get
get
a-
$100.
Sweet $100 Visa gift
I
card.
respect it.
Yeah.
John had a really good
If
idea.
they do one around here, somewhere like within an hour of San Antonio, I'm going to go show up in the parking lot, and not even gift cards. I'm going to just cash.
Yeah.
And be like, they're giving you $100. I'll give you 150.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm going to do? I'm going to go kill everybody I want to kill with the gun that I'm going to turn in, and then I'll never get caught.
Yeah.
Because that's the negative that gun buybacks do.
That's a good point.
They don't take names or anything?
No, fuck no.
Wow.
Dude,
It's like,
have you
it's
ever-
like an amnesty
Have
box.
Have you ever watched it? Like they even treat you like shit when you do it. Like they're like, yeah, it's back here. Grab it. Here's your money. Get the fuck out of here. Like they look at you like you're a piece of shit.
Well, you are.
Well, most of
I mean, I agree with that. Yeah.
yeah.
But I saw the video where the kid was making like the bullshit fucking like Home Depot guns
Yeah.
and just getting paid. He had like 5 of them in his trunk, and he's like, they're in the trunk. They open it up. They're like, these. And he's like, yep. All right, here you go. Fuck off.
Was
And
he
was
making
like,
rubber band guns?
can do.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It had like a fucking. It was like a PVC pipe thing
Yeah.
or something with a fucking needle on it where you would
Yeah.
basically just hold it. It was a zip gun.
Yeah.
He was making zip guns, and fucking good on you, pal.
There aren't many guns that are less than $100.
No, not even a fucking high point is less than $100.
So if you stand out and you invest,
Not after tax.
But if you invest a couple
resale.
grand outside of a gun buyback,
Yeah.
and then sell them, you're going to make money.
Yeah, but you're probably buying stolen. Like, that's the thing. Like, gun buybacks. Like, if you want to get rid of a stolen gun or want to get rid of a fucking murder weapon, that's how to do it. That's why buybacks are so fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're literally turning it into the police who will never do ballistics on it.
Or you're getting a gun from a person who it's been in their house for 30 years.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, at least I can get rid of it now.
Yeah.
And it's not like it, in my opinion, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because it was killing so many people sitting in your fucking closet.
And you
You know
look
what I
like the police departments will put pictures up of like, oh, look at all these guns we got in the gun buyback. And you look at them and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, it's like, well, that one was killed. That one was used by John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, fuck out of
My
here.
I don't know what you're
favorite-
talking
my-
about. I occasionally wake up and I see my weapon standing at the end of my bed, just looking at me, just being like,
Tonight.
could happen any night.
Yeah,
You don't even know.
it's true.
Just sneaks up on me.
I see that too, but it's in my wife's hands usually.
Oh,
Same. I did have a scare last night, man. I thought I heard somebody breaking in, and I jumped up with a pistol.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That happened to me last week, and it
Cleared
turned out
my-
it was actually my air conditioner kicking on, and
cleared my house
it
last
kicked
night.
on and sucked my filter into the top of the fucking exchange, but it sounded like somebody was opening a door.
Ah.
I like popped out and I'm clearing my house, fucking just cock out. Just I was like,
yeah, there I am in my chonies last night, fucking clearing the fucking rooms, and
That's
I'm just
funny.
like, and I'm like,
no,
what
dude,
the
it was
fuck?
me with my 9mm and my 9mm just walking around, just fucking.
I don't know which one I'm going to use. It's going to hurt either
Somebody's
way.
getting fucked.
There's a hole in one of yous, and this is going in it.
I cleared the old shop once because we had the alarm went off.
Yeah.
And the neighbor, the
Was it
landlord-
that condor shaped hornet that you had in there?
yeah, it was a
Jeez.
fucking 2-inch murder hornet that
Oh,
set
yeah.
off the motion detectors. Yep.
Jesus. Which I would have shot. That's fucking acceptable.
The only reason I didn't. The only reason I didn't is because
It's loud.
I opened the front door of the shop and I cleared and I left the front door open and I cleared the whole fucking. I mean, it wasn't a big shop. I cleared the shop and then I got back on the phone with the alarm company and I'm like, hey, what? I was like, what sensor was triggered? And they told me it's a motion detector in the front. And I'm like, okay. So I went back up in the front, and as I went back up the front, this fucking murder hornet decided to take off, and it flew right out the door. And I've literally parked up, like pulled right in front of just hopped out. The windows were down in the truck. Madison was sitting in the truck.
Yeah.
And this fucking murder hornet flew right out the front door and right in the truck. Landed on the dash. She fucking jumped in the back seat. Like, it's like, I just took my hat off and whap.
Yep.
Like, we're good.
Yeah.
But I did get 2 flies with my bug assault gun out of midair yesterday.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
hard to do.
And it was back to back. And I was impressed because I actually had a witness too, because nobody would have believed it if I just did it.
It's hard to do.
But at first I was watching for like 5 minutes and whap, and the first one fell and I'm like, fuck yeah. And the second one just kind of came into screen. I was like, cock, bam. And the other one fell and I'm like, holy shit. And Akira went over and ate them both. And I'm like, fuck. And I turned around and luckily Madison saw it. And I was just like, I'm like, at least I got a witness. The dog ate the evidence.
I caught one the other day because my kids like to hang out with the fucking door open as they're going in and out. Like John likes to play with the dogs.
Yeah.
So he'll stand there with the door open to the backyard to like get the dogs in or out. And I'm like, shut the fucking door. Like it fucking, because I fucking hate flies in my house, man. I fucking hate flies in my house.
Anytime there's a fly, because I'm like, fuck, I'm not dirty.
Yeah.
It,
Right. Like, and
I'm not fucking dirty. There shouldn't be fucking flies here.
Like it drives me batshit crazy, man. And like, maybe it's just like fucking leftover fucking feelings from Iraq. Like, I just don't want fucking flies around me, man. Like I'm not a fan. And this one was fucking with me for fucking felt like hours. And finally, I was just like, "Fuck you!" Like caught it, and I was like, "Yes!" I'm squeezing as hard as I can, just in case he's in the crease where he's okay. And I'm like, "Fuck you!" And I went over and threw it in the trash. And he was dead as shit. And I was like, "Now I gotta wash my hand." Fuck. But it is a sense of accomplishment when you finally get that.
I'll go on a
that bitch.
hunt. If there's a fly, like, especially if like I'm getting ready to go to sleep
Yeah.
And like I either see it or I hear it, and I'm like, well, that's it. All the lights go back on. Fucking the hunt starts.
Yeah. So you got the one that shoots table salt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it works.
I heard that they. I don't know if they came out with
have
it.
Yeah, it's out.
It is.
The one that
They have a
shoots rock
semi.
salt?
No, they have a semi-automatic.
It's a revolver, but it actually.
Oh no, is that the one that Jim or Leon brought
Yes.
to Jim's place?
But it's the old school CO2 pellet guns.
Yep.
Oh.
And you have salt cartridges you put in where the pellets go. What? and it will fucking like you don't want to hit yourself.
Yeah, no,
with
we were shooting
Yeah.
like a paper bag, and it was like just blasting fucking 1/4-inch size holes like through both sides of the
Yeah.
paper
Oh,
bag. And
Jesus.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, so it's supposed to kill wasps and like all the big bugs. Yeah, show them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's funny.
but it's literally the old school CO2 pellet gun.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's
I'm
fucking
into this.
sweet.
No, it's dope.
You got a
It's
little
very
holster and
satisfying too.
everything.
No, because you like cock it and everything. It was like, all right, I like
The
this.
bad thing
Yeah.
is you can't just fill it with salt. You gotta
Yeah.
like buy the
Yeah, you got to buy
things
the
and-
little thing. Until fucking Leon was like, no, I found a solution. You get a fucking Elmer's glue stick
Oh yeah.
and some fucking and the parchment paper, and you just refill it, and then you just glue the paper back on it, and it
You got
refills all your
a
cartridges.
reloading station, precision rifle, AR, pistol.
Salt gun.
Salt gun. Salt rifle.
Yep. It's my assault rifle.
Yeah. You bug salt rifle.
Assault.
A salt rifle. It is a salt rifle.
That's what they're called.
Yeah. So we've gotten a lot of messages recently,
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
and
Do you
Yeah.
notice that he spelled his name 3 different ways
yeah,
for all of the
yesterday.
passages that he wrote?
Yesterday we had a gentleman. I don't know what he thinks we do.
Like, clearly it's something that we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a respond. If you send me X amount, I can get out. I guarantee that was the scam ask.
Yeah.
It was
it was supposed to be an Afghani. Well, which he had legit. That is the actual global security fucking.
sure. Those are also
things,
all
and
over Google.
They are. And I know because I used to write the motherfuckers and hand them out.
Anybody Google the dude's name?
No,
Like, is that guy even alive?
I don't know.
Like on the paperwork that was.
I don't know because the 3 Bible passages written by him that he sent.
Yeah. See,
The,
the way
name
my
was spelled 3 different ways when
The-
you actually looked at by.
the way my phone works is it doesn't recognize noodles when they're written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really figure out like.
So, anyways, it was an Afghani guy who just fucking blew up our inbox yesterday. Like, hey, can you help me get out? I'm stuck. We're eating fucking breadcrumbs and all this, and it's like
We live in a room. Here's a
picture of
picture
his
of my
floor.
rug.
it's like, bro, I don't know what you think Freedom Friends means. I don't know if you think that we're like liberators or if
Like,
Because it wasn't. It was a scam.
What
Yeah.
did he want us to do? Like Western?
I don't know, but then he
Union
was
the money?
sending all of these like Jesus saves passages in a country where it's literally it is
Forbidden.
punishable by death to convert.
Yeah.
So, and then he was writing those passages, and they were horribly translated because it was like Jesus loves me $. Forgive my sins $. Kill me $. Whatever. And I was like, bro, I don't. Google Translate is not the go-to.
Yeah.
Like that is.
it's not working for you, pal.
Yeah, it was rowdy.
But we've also had some really good ones come through. You know, hey boys, thanks for helping me laugh. Thanks for giving me some fucking, you know,
Somebody
a break
reached
from
out
the
to
day, like-
Warfighter over the weekend, and I talked to a guy who was not in a good place.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is he okay now?
yeah, I think so.
Those guys I'm all about.
Yeah, all day
Yeah.
long, man. Yeah,
The
without
scam artist-
hesitation.
It's
Hey.
funny. Like I'm like, call me. He calls me,
Hey, Big Chris,
and we get
could
to
you give me one of those, buddy? Because we're out of ice and it's hot as fuck over here. Jesus Christ! Thank you so much.
We get to talking, and then he's like embarrassed that he's like talking to me. I'm like, no, man, like it's no big deal. Like you know,
Yeah.
I don't know how much I can
Is this
help
the
you.
Scott Jansen?
Yeah.
You have an IMDb page. You're a big deal.
I should have pointed that out.
Yeah. By the way, Freedom Friends, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Scott has an IMDb page.
Do you know what IMDb stands for?
You should definitely go
Internet
on it.
Movie Database.
I am a douchebag.
Also true.
Yes.
There was I was shooting a recruiting video for a army unit where a guy wanted me to look at his IMDb page.
Yeah.
I told him to fuck off.
Yeah. Sure did. Pretty sure you just read his book.
Fucking, it's a good book.
Yeah. Hell of an author, that guy. He would be fun to have on the show, actually.
He's high energy.
Sure. Let's do it.
No, all right. I'm putting a foot down. No more fucking Green Berets. All right. I keep bringing Green Berets for some
They're
reason.
awful. They're fucking awful.
What do you mean they're awful?
They're not awful. They're great
Terrible
dudes.
people.
They're great dudes. Adam's a great dude. Fucking
You just don't like them because they make fun of your special operations.
yeah.
Like, and I understand.
What did he call you? What did he say? It was like
Who, Radar? I'm not really worried about Radar's opinion.
what did he say? He was like, yeah, you're our social media guys.
When I did it, social media wasn't even around, but I don't take a lot of shit from a radio operator.
The battery operated version. That's what I call them. It's like, oh, you're a battery operated grunt. Nice. You're the one with that big antenna that they shoot right at. Yeah,
Yeah.
stay the fuck away from me.
You're the one with the backpack that doesn't actually have anything useful in it?
Yeah, the
Cool.
one that.
Go stand over there.
Yeah, shit. We were still using prick 19s and shit, man. It was like, oh god.
No, Adam was bad.
No, Adam's a good dude. He's a good guy. And it was fucking Justin. How much micro content you pull out of those?
Dude, I think in that week on TikTok alone, we got something like 350,000 views with him. Like it was pretty sweet. He's a cool dude.
Yeah,
Speaks really well. Fucking played into jokes.
Yeah,
But he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a good guest, man.
It's because he's got a purpose.
He does.
He does.
He does.
Very
you know?
true.
You got to pay for his purpose, but he's got a purpose.
I just think it's weird though that like all my friends are fucking Green Berets and I don't know a single MARSOC guy. Like I know recon dudes, but none of them like they're like.
It's because there's like 4 MARSOC guys.
Yeah.
They're not like
There's-
SEALs, man.
There's definitely battalions of those.
It's not like you join the
I just
Navy and
don't know
just
'em.
get a trident. Like
Yeah.
apparently that's how the SEAls work.
If you're a MARSOC guy, hit up Mikey on Instagram so you can have a new friend.
Yeah, please. God. Speaking of special operators, my buddy that I'm friends with we've been corresponding for years now on fucking Instagram is involved with Warfighter Scuba. Bearded Frogman is his
Okay.
is his handle on IG, and
I think he might actually be down there when I go down.
I think he is. So
Yep.
tell him I said hi.
I will.
Yeah. He's a
There's
good
that
dude.
whole
I met him through SEAL Future Foundation.
Oh, cool.
there's another company that's like Spartan that's run by a bunch of those scuba dudes.
Really?
And their symbol's a frog and shit like that too.
Huh.
Can't remember the name of it, but
I'm sure it fucking sucks. Whatever that race is.
oh, you know it's horrible
It's
because they're just
fucking
like
terrible. Like,
all right, you 12 random people, go bench press this fucking telephone pole. It's
In the
like,
water.
yeah, in the water. While I
Like,
piss on you.
yeah,
It's like, no,
like
dude,
fucking-
fuck off.
Yeah, dude, SEALs are fucking sadists,
Dude,
man.
like,
Those
they're
boys
fucking
are
horrible.
fucking crazy. It's like,
And
ugh,
this guy's gonna cane your shins.
right? Like, because
What's wrong with you?
I went to SEER school on Coronado Island. So I went through their SEER school. And let me tell you something. That fucking sucked, man. That was terrible.
They're
Like, that
inventing
was
shit, and it's like, there's no way. There's no way the enemy's coming up with this
Right?
shit. There's no fucking way.
Like,
First off,
I'm
they
like-
don't have these kind of resources.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
I'm like, dude, why does this look like a jungle? Where the fuck did you guys get punchy sticks? What the fuck is happening? Like,
is that guy actually Vietnamese?
Yeah,
Like,
like, fuck. Yeah, they're crazy. That sucked, man.
what are you doing with that cattle prod?
Fucking, I can tell you, you got an imagination. You know what they're doing with that cattle prod. Fucking, that fucking sucked, man. And I was a young man then. I was 17, almost 18. That was fucking terrible. I was there in January of 2000, and it
The funny thing
fucking
is,
sucked.
I have yet to talk to anybody that went through SEER that was like, no, good school, solid time, had a great time. It's like everybody goes to
10
SEER and
10
comes
out of
back and
10
was like,
would recommend
yeah,
it.
it's like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Well, so-
Fuck all of it.
The Marine Corps only goes to 2 of them, right? It's either the Coronado Island or there's one in Maine. And I'm like, fuck you. Because they do that shit in the winter in Maine. And I'm like, fuck
Nope.
that. Like,
I also
ugh.
view any state that a guy like fucking Stephen King finds comfy, I don't need to be at. It's just like, nah, I'm good. Like, just, I'm good. Don't need to go there.
Rangeley.
Again, dude, you don't have a fucking microphone. What are you saying?
It's in Rangeley, Maine. I know.
Oh, it's in Rangeley, Maine. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to live about 3 hours south of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost everybody I know did North Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's where the bulk of the army goes.
Yeah.
For anything past 101.
I mean, it is fucking woof. That shit was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah. I got my nose broke.
Well, yeah, because you sign the thing where they can like break small bones and hit you with like open-handed strikes and all that
They
shit.
tell you to grab your rags. You grab your cargo pockets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they can break small bones and use open-handed strikes.
Yep.
That's like the little form you sign.
Yep.
And then they're trying to get you to sign this form that turns your mom over. Like that's literally what it's in is that like the state has evidence that your mother is leaking information that you've been feeding her. So if you sell your mother out.
I laughed at that.
Was it the same form where it was like
I was like, you know, my mom's dead, right? And they were like, shut the fuck up and sign it. I was like, okay.
But that's what they're trying to get you to admit to is that your mom's a spy.
Yeah. I'm like, yep.
Which apparently is supposed to make it easier
So
because then it's like you're defending your
what
mother's
if-
honor. But the problem is you have guys like Mike that came through and was like, bitch, I was adopted. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah, sure, my mom's a fucking spy. Like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that bitch.
What if you go through SEER school and you just talk like a fucking like anything they want to hear? Yeah, this.
It's if you sign it. You can say whatever you want. It's if you sign the
Yeah,
document.
but what if you just sign every fucking thing?
then
Like
you
immediately
you
just
fail the school.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
you fail
okay.
school.
That's the failure point. So I think it's a classroom portion, and then they like literally like
It's 2 weeks long. That's all it is.
it's 2 weeks long. They give you the classroom
it's
portion.
a week of class.
It's a week of class, and then they
A week
light
long.
everybody up, and they're like, "Go, bye."
Yeah. They
And
break you into
but
groups.
you run away. So that's the
Yeah.
And you're going to get caught.
that's the
it's designed.
that's the
You're going to
escape.
get caught. Yeah.
And on average, it's about 2 days that anybody stays like out. Some people make it. There was a guy that I know that made it like actually off government property and called his battalion headquarters and got a hold of the CQ desk from a fucking Waffle House.
Oh, I got fucking caught.
And they got, I know, yeah, absolutely.
I got caught.
And
I got
everybody
caught
gets caught.
because so we went through with FEMA.
But there's like
there
a
was
chicken farm, so you can go and like find this chicken and like kill the chicken and eat the chicken and shit.
rabbits.
Which is while you're at the school, they teach you how to like kill and skin small game and stuff. And so there just happens to be this chicken farm that you can get to.
First time I ate a rabbit's eyeball.
Huh.
Actually, the only time I've eaten a rabbit's eyeball.
Were you that
It's 2 or
hungry?
3 days.
No, it's part of the class.
No.
It's
Yeah.
2 or 3 days, and then you get caught because it's you and you run away. And then like a whole fucking platoon of infantry comes out and hunts you down. So like you're totally
And by
boned.
infantry, he means SEER instructors who know every
SEER
fucking
instructors.
inch of the property that
In
you're
North
on.
Carolina, they'll pull some platoon,
Yeah.
and that's like their FTX for the month as they go and like hunt your ass down. So they're like super about it because they're like, whoa,
That sounds terrible.
yeah, fucking
Yeah.
like.
That sounds terrible.
So
So
you get caught, and then you get brought back.
I went through with
and-
air crew, and there was a female. She was a lieutenant, and she was an attractive little sorority girl, right? And they strip you down to your drawers when this happens. And I'm a 17-year-old man. So needless to say, when I got my nose broke, I deserved it.
because that's the first thing everybody
We're
wants to
standing
do,
in line,
right?
and I was like, hey. Wow.
Because you're gonna, or you get hit because you're young and dumb and think that you're gonna show how hard you are.
Yeah.
And you say something, and then it's
I got good advice. As soon as I got the orders, my gunny pulled me aside and was like, don't be a fucking hero.
yeah, just don't talk.
And he's like, don't
And,
be a hero.
and
Don't
it's
try
all
to
the-
don't try to act hard.
So
I
you're
promise you, you're not
2 or
harder
3
than they
days.
are.
They send you out no water, no nothing. Like it's just because you escaped.
Yeah.
So you go run and you get caught. Like everybody gets caught.
Yeah, you're gonna get caught.
And then you get brought back, and you get put in like an 18-inch box on the floor.
Which I took a nap. They thought they were being slick. I was fucking happy. I took a nap. I was the best
Put you in
sleep
an
I
18-inch
got the
box,
whole
and
time I was there.
you're not allowed to leave the box. You can do whatever you want, but you just can't leave the box. And then they'll change the temperature.
Yeah.
It's hot, cold, and then they'll like wet you down and then make it really cold. And then they come in, and then it's the
This is
whole
Southern California. It's great.
So, and then it's the open hand strikes. You have to sign this form when you in the classroom portion where they're allowed to break small bones and open hand strike you and da 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 da. So they're coming in, and then, or if you start to try to go to sleep, they'll just start playing noise in the room. It's incredibly bright lights, pure dark, like all this shit. It's just anything to try and break you.
Again, I slept through all that.
And then periodically they come in with this form, with this information. And this can all end if you just sign the form. It can all end if you just sign the form. Now, if you talk to anybody that goes, they'll tell you it's 3 days. If you can make it 3 days, then they open the door and they take you out and they feed you and they clean you up. And
Ours was a word.
you get
We
med
had to-
cleared
we had to
and then
give
they
them a
let you
word.
rest
Yeah.
and then you do an AAR afterwards or whatever. But it sucks. It's like nobody goes to that school and comes back and is like, that was solid training. Like you just come back, you're like, this is fucking awful.
Yep, it was sucked.
Because the other thing is you can't fight back.
You get a cool little ring out of the deal.
You do.
Little fucking return.
Supposedly a couple years back, they used to give you a belt buckle.
Really?
If you went through the actual school.
There must be some Cav Scout shit.
Nah, it's an army thing. That's like if you get stationed in Korea and you go do the mountain ruck thing and you do it in time, you get to wear that dragon belt buckle and it's authorized in uniform.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, that's an army thing.
Huh.
But there's like a dragon belt buckle you can get.
I don't know if you climb Mount Fuji, you get a stick.
But that school's
you get like a
it
walking
sucks.
stick.
It's a fucking terrible school.
Yeah.
And the problem is it's required for anybody that falls underneath soft command, at all. So anybody that falls in that umbrella, all have to go do it because it's a pre-mob requirement.
Yep.
And oh fuck, it's awful. It's not good training because you can't fight back either. It's just
right.
It's just getting fucked.
There was a couple of them instructors I could have mollywopped, man. Fuck. I was just sitting there like I could take his weapon. Stroke that motherfucker, and we're home free.
Like when you go and they tell you, they're like, "Don't touch my instructors."
Yeah.
And
they're like, you don't know pain.
Yeah.
like
because then they can write it off as like if you strike back that you mentally broke, and now they have to subdue you, and they're gonna beat the fuck out of you if you do it. So it just sucks.
Yeah, it was a fucking.
It's horrible training. I don't know why we
school.
still do it, to be honest with you, because it's not. It doesn't actually give you a skill set to do anything. I guess maybe if you could do it as like.
The survival part was cool.
Sure. The classroom portion of like, this is what you can do and stuff like that.
Cool and like, that was
But it's
cool.
kind of the same thing of like, I went through IED defeat, right? Like how to recognize how they're built. And I went through the trainer portion so we could like teach other people how to do it and shit like that. But that would be like, okay, so at the end of this, we're going to spend 3 days blowing you up. And it's like, this is not good training. Like, I don't.
Tough, realistic training is the secret.
It's like, fuck. Yeah, it's not a good school.
Yeah. Fuck, boys, it's hot.
It is hot.
Yeah, can we take a break? This is fucking awful.
Let's fucking brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Warfightertobacco.com. OLS.us for your CBD needs. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Get yourself that quarter off your order over there. And of course, our good friends, IC Tech Coolers, which we could fucking use right now. Use that code FreedomFriends10. Get yourself 10% off an awesome cooler. I'll raise my glass. Say thanks, buddy.
Oh,
Thanks, boys, for being our freedom friend. I'm glad you're back. Cheers. Like, share, subscribe, smash all those buttons.
Cold.
Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Your fucking mom's friends. Anyways, 3 little things. Jazz.
Fucking smoke on, I guess.
Scotty.
Drink on.
God damn it, kids. Freedom to fuck on. It's fucking hot. Let's go.